Thank you so much, because we had not planned anything, and I just saw her and I just said, okay, you tell. And impromptu, she just shared whatever points she had written. That's superb. So now let's start. So now last time where we ended was santosha, contentment. So are we content? Contentment is challenging because desires are popping up. So we feel ये हो जाए फिर मैं content, ये हो जाए फिर मैं content. तो ऐसे तो कभी नहीं मिलेगा. So contentment से you have to achieve or attain whatever you want. But if you are holding on too much to the fruits की, इससे ही मुझे I'll feel santosha, then we are stuck. Because the fruits really don't depend on us, but the action does depend on us. So we do the action and leave the fruits. So action karte waqt content. That's the point. So then another thing that we had thought of was how when I see something, we want to possess it, and देखना भी है लेकिन desire भी नहीं आना है, तो कैसे करें? So for this I had an example. There is, suppose now, an ice cream or a dress or something, okay? Suppose it's an ice cream and it's just kept in front of you, and you don't know what to do. Like, what is the first thing that will come to you? See, thirst is normal, okay? But craving can go away. You have to work on finishing your cravings. Our problem is we crave. So we work on removing the craving, okay? Then what you do is, you see that, okay? Usko dekhte raho. You keep watching it for a while. Of course, not ice cream, because it will melt. Kuch aur object rakh do which will not melt, okay? So look at it and naturally understand that, okay, the thing may come, like craving aa raha hai ki usko utha lu ya le lu, that it's very normal. But don't get stuck with it. Pay attention. Look at the craving for some time. See from where it's coming. Best part is look at it and think, kahan se aa raha hai ye? Where is this desire popping up from? Ye craving kyun ho raha hai? It's just an ice cream, or it's just a chocolate, or it's just a person, or it's just a dress. Why so much craving is arising from me? Okay, I'm not going to suppress it, but I'm going to pay attention to it and ask, where are you coming from? Tu aa kidhar se raha hai? Where are you coming from? So then you go to the source. This is a very challenging thing actually, but this is because at some point in our life, we would have had a lack, or non-fulfillment, which has stuck within us. So we function from the space of lack. कि नहीं मिलेगा, तो क्रेविंग बढ़ गया उसके वजह से, because we started wanting more and more. अगर दो पड़ा है तो और दो ले लेंगे, ऐसा भी हो जाएगा. That will turn into greed. So even then, if we are not doing that, still why the craving? Feeling the thing, okay, ice cream में उठाया, खा लिया, मजा आया, ठीक है. But craving जो आता है, उसको हम लोग को tackle करना है. As yogis, or as on the path of yoga, let us understand that craving is not taken well, but normal feeling is fine. So if I see an ice cream, I shouldn't be craving for it, but I can just eat it. मस्त है, बहुत अच्छा है, I can have it with a very sane and peaceful mind. I can do it. So every action in your life, every single action in your life, everything that you face in your life where you see the craving arising from within you, stop there. Don't take that thing and don't do anything. Watch the craving. Pay full attention to the craving. Let it subside. Let the craving subside. Then you pick and eat, it doesn't matter. Once the craving is gone, actually the inner intelligence will either pick it or leave it. Just go with the flow at that moment. Because sometimes when the craving is gone, you feel like, chhod yaar, nikal jayenge. या तो कोई बोलेगा ले ले, चल खा लेंगे. It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't be like, that kind of वो नहीं आना चाहिए. So that feeling we need to tackle. And the only way to tackle is watch it. Only way is उसको देखते रहो और उसको पूछो, from where are you coming? What is your source? Maybe you'll get it. We all have different impressions of different lifetimes, plus this lifetime also. So check from where it is coming. Just remember that we have the power. We are not weak. Craving is overtaking us. It's overpowering us, right? It's not good. So look at the craving, don't suppress it. नहीं, खत्म, देखना ही नहीं है, ऐसा भी नहीं करना है. Because then the craving को दबा दिया है, but it is there. हर एक दिन वापस आएगा. So just look at it. क्या है, क्या चाहिए, what is it, where are you coming from? Discuss with it, talk with it, and then leave it. And then when you pay attention, you'll just feel like ठीक है, दे दे, नहीं छोड़, फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. It shouldn't matter anymore. Whether you take it or leave it, it shouldn't matter anymore. अगर सामने है और कोई उठा के लेके गया तो भी एकदम स्माइल रहना ही चाहिए, continuous, because now there is no craving. Craving gives us lot of anguish, कभी बहुत दुख हो जाता है, कभी गुस्सा आ जाता है. All these feelings come from craving. So tackle your craving, whatever it is. It could be anything. Observe it. So we are not telling anybody to indulge. चलो ले लो सब, या छोड़ के भागो, दोनों नहीं करना है. उसको ऑब्जर्व करना है. Allowing the inner intelligence to function. लिया लिया, नहीं लिया, बात खत्म. Should be as simple as that. Okay. So never give in to a craving. Never give in to a craving, because once you give in, then it becomes a habit. Each time हर चीज के लिए क्रेविंग आएगा. फिर मुझे ना बहुत क्रेविंग हो रहा है, ठीक है, कल खाएंगे. आज अगर क्रेविंग हो रहा है ना, कल खाओ. मुझे ना अभी खाने का मन हो रहा है, ठीक है, कल खाएंगे. We'll have it. It's not about not indulging in it. लेकिन right now नहीं, तो then you're giving in. Don't give in also. Don't suppress also. Tell, excuse me, I'll have you tomorrow. Forget about it. So it should be as simple as that. So we'll do it. Okay, this will happen. Don't worry. So this was the craving and all those answers. Now let's get into tapasya. We have less time and yes.
I have a question. What if you can eat tomorrow? Then what will happen?
Then you have to.
I always have to race for pani puri, but in Germany you don't get pani puri, so it's so hard to put it away for years together. That when I will go home, I will eat pani puri.
You know what you should do?
Push it away for time then.
Then you have to look at it and think, काफी खा लिया था. Maybe now it's time for something else. Substitute, because it happens even here. जो मुंबई का जो सैंडविचेस है रास्ते वाले का, रोड साइड का, स्पेशली where ध्रुवी stays and all, उधर एक सैंडविच वाला है, मुलुंड में है, बोरिवली में. We have all these अड्डास of sandwich वाला who are on the street, and amazing sandwich बनाते हैं हम लोग. And then at one point when we came here, we couldn't have it. We thought, चलो अभी हम लोग घर में बनाते हैं. So whatever the best alternative we make, and the craving is no more there. Like even if I go, I won't say, चलो आज ही जाके sandwich खाएंगे, ऐसा नहीं लग रहा है. So we overpower, the mind overpowers the craving. It can do it. It has done it for you also. Actually, when you think of it, if right now we take you to your place and say, चल ना पानी पूरी खाते, you'll say, आज अभी रात हो गया, कल खाएंगे. You know, you'll be very sane, because that's a state of mind. Actually, you'll eat it, but without the craving. So that's where we need to reach, and we can reach it voluntarily with lot of, awareness. Okay. So then the tapasya will help. Now we get into tapaha. So it was shaucha, santosha, tapaha. Tapaha is what? Tapna. So what we thought, ये जो करते हैं ना संत और सब sages, साधुस तपस्या करते हैं, एक पैर पे खड़े रहते हैं, धूप में बैठ जाते हैं, कुछ करते हैं, कुछ बाल नहीं बनाते हैं, knots हो जाता है. Some kind of tapasyas are going on. So we thought, अरे वो तो उन लोग के लिए, अपने लिए थोड़ी है. हम लोगों को क्या तपस्या करना है, हम लोग तो संसार में, लेकिन संसार में भी तपस्या करना है. What is Mitesh typing? What and how I do is I start recalling its disadvantages, bad effects, so as to detach from the craving of things, and it actually works wonders for me. Yeah, to a large extent, it's perfectly fine. This is what is Pratipaksha Bhavana. But it should not be like grapes are sour. So we should be very careful क्या feeling आ रहा है, बस उतने important है. ऐसे नहीं कि अभी खा नहीं सकते तो चलो खट्टे हैं करके. It's lovely, but it also has its disadvantages. This approach, what Mitesh has written, is called Pratipaksha Bhavana. So naturally you see the disadvantages and you withdraw. So ऐसा नहीं कि कल सुबह अगर किसी ने रख दिया सामने तो हम लोग खा लेंगे ना. तभी then that would mean that कल मैंने ऐसे ही उसको समझा लिया था, कंसोल कर लिया था, आज मैं खा रहा हूँ. नहीं, if there is a disadvantage then I am not going to indulge in it. बात खत्म. So it should be that clear in your mind. Okay, so tapasya, fire लगाना है. किसको लगाना है? आग लगाना है. मन को, सेंसेस को, बॉडी को, पता नहीं. Because they say tapasya क्या है? What is tapasya? For householders, for people like us, tapasya comes with doing small types of fasting. Whatever we do during festivals, Somvar, Guruvar, whatever, it doesn't matter the religious aspect. But if you can fast for a while, you know, maybe one day eat only fruits and all, a small type of tapasya for the body. Okay. Then there's mantra sadhana. Like you chant so many malas and so many mantras. This is the tapasya for the mind also and for the speech also. So this is one type of tapasya. So now what we feel is, should we do tapasya or shouldn't we do tapasya? Zaruri hai? Hai. Because we face a lot of challenges in life and suddenly एक challenge आता है, तभी भगवान के सामने आरती पूजा करके, हे भगवान मेरे को अभी ना बख्श दे and all, ये सब नहीं. पहले से ही एक तपस में ही रहना है, so that in every situation we are prepared to take the challenge. So tapasya is actually sadhana. Sadhana is tapasya. खुद को साधना is tapasya. But we need not do like एक पाँव पे खड़ा रहना, धूप में खड़ा. All this is not necessary for us because we are not on that path. We are where we are in a family. तो सबको सबका दिल रखते हुए, सबको संभालते हुए, but we do our tapasyas, we do our sadhana, we do our yoga abhyasa, we do our pranayama, we do whatever is required for the body, not burning it as such कि 4 घंटा जिम में मैंने वाट लगा दिया बॉडी का. No, that's not what we are trying to do. Yoga asana, which is very mild and which will help the body to retain its health. So it's not only about health. We don't know that even by doing a pranayama or a yoga asana, we are burning karmas. But the same thing may not burn if we are doing an aerobic jig. It's different. Zumba कर रहे हैं, उसमें शायद कुछ शायद नहीं जाएगा नहीं कुछ. In fact, you will feel more rajasic. So here in yoga asana, we actually, even in the simplest of asanas, like just stretching your body, you have stretched your spine. And lot of impressions are retained mainly in the spine. We may forget, the spinal cord will not forget us. Forget the impressions. The sare karm hai, sara, whatever is there is in the subtle body. So for that to be, touched, yoga asana, simple to simple. Even a shavasana will help. Even a yoga nidra will help. So the yoga part is very important for tapasya. Okay. So just like gold, हम लोग उसको we heat it, put it in the fire for the shine to come. हम लोग को भी तपस्या कर. So when they say Kapal Bhati and all, what is that? Oh, Kapal, the head's shining skull. That is the translation for Kapal Bhati. So how will we get a shining skull or a forehead or shine कैसे आएगा? Impurities जब खत्म होगा तो shine आएगा. गोल्ड को जब हम लोग डालते हैं, उसका इम्प्यूरिटीज निकालते हैं, तो जो रह जाता है, दैट इज ब्राइट प्योर गोल्ड. So for that to happen, we also need to be like, heated up, tapasya, for the shine to come. For the shine to come, we need to do it. Okay? So remember this very well. So kuch bhi tapasya karte time yaad rakho, I'm doing it so that my impurities go and I'm able to shine. The shine is important. Okay? So the mantra meditation, pranayama, any type of kriya, yogasana, whatever you can do all those things. Okay, cleaning the senses. See, when you clean, what happens when you do the mantra? You keep chanting, bhajan ga liya, kuch kar liya, kirtan kar liya, sirf Hare Ram, Hare Krishna kar liya. What happens is the vaka shuddhi happens. जिस जुबान से बहुत कुछ बोला था, वो अपने आप प्यूरिफाई होने लगेगा. Everywhere, when you eat sattvic food, naturally what happens is the taste of the tongue improves. Actually, it gets cleaner. हम लोग को ऐसा, हम लोग ने इतना नमक और इतना कुछ खा लिया है ना कि that is the reason for a trigger. that is triggering the further taste. The tongue का palate के ऊपर there are all sides, you know, कहाँ सार का taste आएगा, कहाँ bitter taste आएगा, सामने sweet taste आएगा. हम लोग ऐसे चखते क्यों हैं, अंदर क्यों नहीं चखते हैं, end of the tip of the tongue. So the tongue is very interesting. उसके ऊपर सब different areas हैं. As per Ayurveda, you can check on Google also. Every part has a organ related to it also. The taste and the organ is related to it. So pancreas kahan pe, you know, how it's affecting. Deep inside, it will be bitter taste. So all this is understanding the tongue. If the tongue is clean, how can it be clean? It can be clean only and only when we are having pure foods. When we have too many salty, fried packets, chips, ये वो टंग के ऊपर ऐसा कोटिंग आ जाता है, इतने impressions भी आ जाता है, that the actual taste of food is lost later on. उसके बाद कोई सिंपल सा दही चावल या just you know maybe just plain rice और घी देंगे तो बोलेंगे ये क्या बिल्कुल फीका है, नमक डालो, अचार डालो, ये डालने की नौबत इसके लिए आ रही क्योंकि taste is lost. So the more salt we are adding, we are losing the taste. Whatever is excess, we are losing the taste. We are destroying the tongue. So sometimes when Dhruvi is written, sometimes when fasting, I crave for something which I normally wouldn't have paid for and think that I want to have it tomorrow. Very true. Because when you're fasting, you feel that you're depriving yourself of food today. So what you should do with the mind is tell the mind that today you're not going to think of all these things. Today you think that today I'm doing a tapasya, maybe Navratri ka bhi, suppose I'm doing a tapasya. So now you be with me and you just be with me in every way, in your, you know, senses, food, whatever, don't interfere. Give instructions to the mind. And there cannot be a craving. Aayega hi nahi, because you're so focused on your tapasya. No, abhi kya hota hai, somebody tells you to fast. That's when you want to feel this. अरे यार करना पड़ रहा है, चलो कर लेंगे कैसे भी, तभी craving आएगा. You do it with your intention. Even if somebody has told you, you decide. That anybody tells me, the decision is mine. And once I decide, it's decided. Finish. Think now that you are a doctor now. When you are in your hospital, you've forgotten about food, na? You wouldn't even remember when you're treating a patient, ki khana hai, time kya ho gaya. So like that only fasting also. Tapasya in that also. Very focused on the fast. So kya karna hai fasting mein? It's upavas. So what we generally do is sirf sharir ka upvas kar lete hain. That's when craving may come. So do your chanting, do other works, do seva, do puja, do something which is related to that fast. So then you won't feel craving. Okay? So that's one of the things. Like suppose you go out and you play garba. रात को 2-3 बजे तक भी खेलोगे तो भूख नहीं लगेगा, खाली प्यास लगेगा. So then you have forgotten, you're enjoying it so much that you've forgotten that you were supposed, no craving. Absolutely no craving at that time. So don't worry about that. That you have to be aware, okay, why you're fasting. So this cleaner the senses, better the perception, better the taste, or better whatever experience is better. So जब आँख शुद्ध होते हैं ना, so the reflection outside, whatever is reflected outside is also beautiful. So that's why we purify the eyes, because unknowingly it purifies the mind also. Okay? So purify all your senses. Abhi ye haath hai. What do we do with these hands? When we cook prasad, you know, it's purified. When you do the puja, when you put flowers, it gets purified. So every sense organ, when you put incense or, you know, scented candle or something in the house, the nostrils and all get purified. And when you do pranayama, you do jal neti, you clean the nose, your smells are better. The sense of smell is improved. So Lord, whatever we experience should be enhanced. And when it's enhanced, na, thoda sa bas ho jata hai. How, you know, like kesar. Saffron, 1 या 2 हम लोग डाल सकते हैं 1 glass दूध में. We can't put a spoon. A spoonful of saffron is impossible to have. Why? Because it's so concentrated. So when you're eating, suppose a pani puri, you itna hosh mein khana hai, you know, that 4 or 5 you should feel like, wow, I had like 10 plates, lagna chahiye. That should be the enhancement of your experience. If you quickly eat it, you will miss the experience. So everything in life, when you're listening, when you're speaking or whatever it is, make it into an enhanced experience. Every experience that is enhanced is beautiful because it's ultimate. When you have an ultimate experience, naturally you don't crave for it later on. Has to be an enhanced experience. You will, it's not that the thirst will go. Next time when it happens again, you will still go ahead and do it. But वो craving नहीं रहेगा, अब भी करना है जो एक रहता है ना, वो नहीं रहेगा. It won't be there. Okay. And what is austerity? What we understand as austerity is actually very strange. We have to enjoy everything in life, but don't cling to anything. That is actual meaning of austerity. तो हम लोग सोचे कि नहीं, हम लोग अभी तपस्या करेंगे, हम लोग एक ही कलर का कपड़ा पहनेंगे और वही साधु बन जाएंगे. Not necessary. That does not indicate that you are a tapasvi. Definitely not. It does not guarantee. Okay. Swamiji used to call some of us, rangin kapdon mein sannyasi. Rangin kapdon wala santa, he would say. Because it doesn't matter. We don't have to wear saffron, ochre, white, black, whatever to prove something. Okay, initially we may do it to prove to ourselves. क्योंकि हम लोग को याद नहीं रहता है कि हम लोग what path we are walking on. So we can try to restrain. But I don't believe in restraints at all. What I feel is enjoy. Don't cling. Don't cling at all. So अभी King जनक है, राजा जनक है, वो बैठे हैं आराम से अपने throne पे. The kingdom is not in his head. The throne, the palace is not in his head. His head, mind is empty. Agar ek person ke paas ek, there's a 3 BHK, suppose. If that 3 BHK is in the head of the person, then there is no tapasya or there's no austerity. That doesn't mean ki, oh my God, I can't stay in a 2 BHK, I can't stay in a 3 BHK. From tomorrow I'll stay in a 1 room or in a hut maybe, because I want to be doing yoga, or I want to be a yogi, or I want to be a tapasvi. Zaruri nahi hai. Where you stay, what you do, what is there with you doesn't matter. I may have billions of dollars, I may have 10, 15 houses, it doesn't matter. In my mind, if none of this exists, then I am in austerity. Simple. I'm not clinging to anything. So when King Janak is a visitor, okay, he is a saint, and he comes and visits King Janak, and King Janak calls him, gives him a room to stay in the palace, and he is a very simple santa. Uske paas sirf 2 langot rehte hai. What they wear, no, the cloth. So only 2 he has. So he'll wear one, he'll wash one and put. Utna hi rehta hai uske paas. Utna, matlab, he is that big a tapasvi, okay? So he's come and he has taken bath, dried one of his langots, wearing another one, and he is very well sitting with Raja Janak discussing about Vedanta. That time what happens, a person comes, okay, this is a young guy. So when one of the servants come and tell King Janak, right side, right wing of the palace is burning. Okay, so aag lag gaya hai usme. So King Janak says, okay, have you deployed the people to, take care of it? He says, yes. Okay, forget. He goes into Vedanta again. Then another guy comes. He says, even the east wing is caught fire. Now only little bit is left. Most of the palace and the kingdom, that side of the kingdom is also catching fire. So the king says, are you all doing something about it? They say, we are all trying to, put off the fire. He says, okay. Then he continues with Vedanta. Now this tapasvi is restless. बोले क्या हो गया? नहीं मैं भाग रहा है. क्यों? अरे मेरे एक ही लंगोट बचा है, वो सूख रहा है वहां पे, वो जल जाएगा, वो ईस्ट विंग में. His room was in the east wing of the palace. He runs for that one langot. तो वो तो उसका माइंड में था, और ये पूरा किंगडम जा रहा है और राजा के माइंड में कुछ नहीं है. So who is the tapasvi? Who is doing austerity here? This is what we need to check. So we have to be very careful that it's not what we have. It's a state of mind. It's a quality of your mind that depicts austerity. Okay, so become aware of this. That क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग, क्या हम लोग के mind में है, और हम लोग कौन से path पे चल रहे हैं. So is this austerity? Is this tapasya? Am I holding anything that we cling to takes us away from the path? We cannot be saying कि मैं spirituality में, spirituality. We cannot be on spiritual path if all these things, you know, we are constantly clinging to, especially all materialistic things. You can be able to just give away. It shouldn't matter to you. Okay? So be very, very clear on this. Otherwise, it's a challenge. That's all, nothing else. So austerity comes basically from contentment. So first, that's why it's all in a line. तो संतोष रहना चाहिए, कंटेंट. अभी वो राजा कंटेंट है, अभी वो महाशय जो तपस्वी था वो कंटेंट नहीं था. He was like, अरे यार, you know, मेरा एक ही है, वो भी चला जाएगा. He is sitting with a king who could give him 100 langots, okay, but still he's, you know, clinging on to that one which was drying. We all may be in, you know, doing like this in some areas of our life. We just need to check where we are doing this, okay? Like sometimes, you know, they say ना, penny wise pound foolish, वैसा हो जाता है हम लोग का. कुछ 10 रुपए का चीज के लिए 10,000 का हम लोग खो देते हैं. We are not careful, we are not aware of anything, but still don't cling. That's the only thing. What's ours will remain ours, and what's not ours cannot come to us anyway, even if you fight for it. So don't bother only. So first thing is become content. कि जो है उसमें संतुष्टि, जो है उसमें तृप्ति, कि इतना तो है, अभी देखेंगे. Then you leave the rest, okay? And so the person who's austere will also be simple. Now simple is what? Again, अभी simple क्या है? अभी किसको देख के पता चलेगा कि simple है कि नहीं है? What is simplicity? We have to find out. Again, it has nothing to do with what you have. Simplicity is not like, okay, she has 2 cars, how can she be simple? Okay, she has this bungalow, how can she be simple? She has this flat, how can she be simple? She wears branded clothes, how can she be simple? It doesn't matter what you wear, what you have. The simplicities of the heart. Dil se ekdam innocent, very simple person at heart. That's very, very important. It's the quality of the mind, that's why. Okay? Here they say, Kaya Indriya Siddhir Ashuddhi Kshayat Tapasaha. This is one of the sutras. Kaya is Sharir, Indriya is senses, Siddhir. Siddhir is when you have attained good mastery over your body and senses. Ashuddhi Kshaya. Ashuddhi is impurity, Kshaya is getting over, finish. तो जब अशुद्धि खत्म हो जाती है, that is tapasaha, is what it means. So kaya indriya siddhir ashuddhi kshayat tapasaha. So it means this. So body senses के ऊपर जब victory आ जाता है या control आ जाता है, perfection आ जाता है, impurities खत्म हो जाते हैं, all this is tapasya, or this happens due to tapasya. You can take it anyhow. Patanjali will just give the words. We have to make the meaning. So he will say, Kaya indriya siddhir ashuddhi kshayat tapasaha. Now what to do? इस तपस्या करने से काय इंद्रिय शुद्धि होती है, क्योंकि अशुद्धि का क्षय हो जाता है, अशुद्धि खत्म हो जाता है. सो अशुद्धि कैसे खत्म होता है? तपस्या से खत्म होता है. As simple as that. So it's all one circle. तपस्या करो, अशुद्धि खत्म, काय इंद्रिय सिद्धि. Naturally. नहीं तो कंट्रोल आ जाता है. Like I'm controlling myself, you know, then I suppress myself. ये नहीं करना है. So try to remove the impurities with tapasya. So that's how we started the tapasya ka lecture. So tapasya is basically purifying the senses, body, mind to perfection. See, to deaden the senses na, senses को खत्म करना ना, मतलब सुला देना, very easy, believe me. 10 घंटा टीवी देखो, उसके बाद वो आंख कोई काम के नहीं है थोड़े टाइम के लिए. कान also gone. And you know, put a lot of incense in the room and too much of perfume, 2-4 bottle perfume मार दिया ना, उसके बाद वो नाक भी थोड़े टाइम के लिए बंद हो जाने वाला. Eat too much, over कर लिया या कुछ भी कर दिया या बिल्कुल नहीं खाना है. You can do anything with your senses. You can, you know, finish them, dead कर सकते हैं उसको with control. Or you can overindulge. Both are easy. The challenge here, what Patanjali is saying, is samatva. Like Krishna said in Gita, समत्व लाना है. So that's where the challenge comes, because it takes tremendous willpower to bring it into a balance. कि ना indulge कर रहे हैं, ना उसको खत्म की, छोड़ दिया है, ना त्याग कर दिया. No, don't do that. So here I wrote, to deaden the senses is easy, to indulge is easy, but to perfect the senses, the mind and the body, this is very, very challenging. तो परफेक्ट करना यानी उसको बैलेंस में रखना कि आई एम हैविंग इट ऑल्सो बट आई एम नॉट इंडल्जिंग इन इट. ओवर नहीं हो रहा है ना, उसको छोड़ दिया कि बस करना ही नहीं है, छोड़ दो बस, ऐसा भी नहीं. सो ऑलवेज ट्राई टू बैलेंस, ब्रिंग योर बैलेंस इन एवरीथिंग यू डू, एवरी एक्शन, बिकॉज दैट टेक्स ट्रेमेंडस इंटेलिजेंस. वी थिंक कि इसमें इंटेलिजेंस क्यों चाहिए? इंटेलिजेंस ऑफ द बॉडी, बिकॉज राइट नाउ आई मे से दैट I have 2 meals a day, okay? For my prakriti, my gunas and my whatever I'm doing, it's perfect. But for you, you may need a meal every 3 hours. You may be suffering from acidity or, pitta sharira or something. तो हर 3 घंटों में कुछ तो मुंह में जाना चाहिए. There will be one person who can eat a big meal, 56 bhog at one go. And another person जो 56 भोग को सूंघ के पेट भर जाएगा. Nobody takes me to a hotel, that's why. I will not do justice to that bhog. So I'll just देखते देखते ही मेरा पेट भर जाएगा. Maybe I'll take one spoon of everything, that's all. So it's a waste. So going to all these restaurants will be a waste. So then, but it doesn't mean that another person cannot have. A person who can actually do justice is different, and a person who cannot do justice, दोनों अलग characters हैं. अच्छा, if that person can, I also want to do, doesn't work. Like I may say, I do 18 hours fasting, but nothing happens to me. So now everybody is trying to do that. Don't do that. We'll destroy our system. Intermittent fasting ठीक है, but 12 to 14 should be enough for most of us for assimilating everything. When you do too much, 18, 16, 4 घंटे में सब खा लेना है, it will be very challenging. It depends on your body type. I'm not saying it's a wrong method, but depending on your body type, it may suit you or not suit you. Only you know whether it suits you or not. Everybody can't do it. What we generally do is, suppose now some guru on YouTube said, I eat only 1 meal a day. हम लोग सोचेंगे मैं भी अभी तपस्वी, मैं भी योगी, चलो कल से मैं एक ही बार खाना खाएगा. नहीं खा सकते. हम लोग संसार में, हम लोग आश्रम में नहीं है. फर्स्ट थिंग इज, आश्रम में जाओ, उनके साथ रहो, तभी एक वक्त का भी नहीं चाहिए होगा. Because your mind will be full of prana. Beautiful prana is, in the permeating in the ashram. खाना वाना तो साइड में गया. यहाँ हम लोग संसार में ऑफिस जा रहे हैं, काम पे जा रहे हैं, कहाँ जा रहे हैं, घर का चैलेंजेस है, उसके बीच में हम लोग ये उपवास जो चलाते हैं ना, it takes a toll on our system. Be very careful about all these things. Don't do because everybody is doing. Check your living style, routine, pattern, everything, and then do. Don't do simply. सुबह उठ गए 4 बजे, 11-12 बजे तक भूखे बैठे हो. Please don't destroy your body like this. Doesn't, because for some it will suit. Still I'm saying, for some people it will suit. Not for everyone. Not for everyone. Check your body type and do what's best for you. And you will know. You will know. So tapasya करने के चक्कर में कुछ मत कर दो. Listen to the inner intelligence. What does your inner intelligence say? ये सही है मेरे लिए? अच्छा. नहीं, लेकिन वो गुरु ने बोला, वो YouTube में उसने बोला, इसने बोला, चलो मुझे भी सूट हो जाएगा. चेक तो करो. 1-2 दिन चेक करो, 1 हफ्ता चेक करो, 1 महीना चेक करो. Then you'll know, okay, this is not for me, but that could be for me. Then you do it. Whatever suits your system, please do it. Each one will have a different lifestyle. एक family में हम लोग 4 people हैं. All may be having different gunas and different prakritis. Different dosha है हम लोग का. एक जन पित्ता है तो दूसरा कफा है. जो पित्ता है वो मिर्ची नहीं खा सकता है, जो कफा प्रकृति है मिर्ची डाल के खा सकता है. मैं मीठा खा सकती हूँ, अक्षता शायद मीठा इतना नहीं खा पाएगी. So it all depends on what prakriti who is. We have to, that's by birth. We can't even change it. ऐसा नहीं कि चलो मैं गुणों की तरह ट्रांसेंड कर लूंगी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होने वाला है. प्रकृति is a dosha which is, you've been born with it. So then I can't say I want to be kapha from tomorrow. I am pitta, I don't like being pitta, I can't eat spicy food. ऐसा थोड़ी है, मेरा बॉडी नहीं ले पाता है, तो वो जो नहीं ले पाता उसको छोड़ दो. Don't get into it. Okay, so respect your body type and do what's required. A person with a pitta prakriti cannot fast for long hours. Their acid levels will go crazy levels pe jayega acidity. So don't fast too long. Eat small meals, frequent meals, but small meals. Like एक बार एक fruit खा लिया, अगली बार एक glass दूध पी लिया, small meals. I'm not saying indulge and no, nothing like that. छोटे छोटे meals खाओ. That's the best option. And spicy food, sham ke baad mat khao, because the acid reflux will not allow you to sleep. So these are small things. So take care of your body. I don't know why this came up. Now let's go to Swadhyaya. So Swadhyaya, after tapasya comes Swadhyaya. Swa ka adhyayan. Kaise kare? Swa ka adhyayan means to study my own self. And it also is translated like Swadhyaya is study of scriptures. So now what we will do is self का study तभी होगा जब शौचा, संतोषा ये सब एक ट्रैक पे आया है, तपस्या. Without all this, when I try to do a Swadhyaya, I'll face a lot of challenges. So all of us who suddenly try to self-study, you may see things which you're not prepared to see. And it's all coming out from your own self, okay? And you want to reject it. No, I can't be this. This can't be coming from me. No way. So we are not prepared to take it. तपस्या में ना वो सारे जल जाते हैं. उसके बाद जब स्वाध्याय करते हैं तो निकलने बहुत कम कचरा निकलता है. So it's easier to do self study. So before that स्वाध्याय नहीं करना है. कैसे? Scriptural study. Pick up any scripture you want. And every day, make sure you read a few shlokas. And if you can't read Sanskrit, read the translation. Because initially I couldn't. So I would just read the translation of Gita. I couldn't read Sanskrit at all. So क्या करती थी? संस्कृत तो पढ़ा नहीं जा रहा था, हिंदी बात कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा था. How to join those words I didn't know. So I started reading the translation. Over a period of time, the grace will allow you to understand and read the Sanskrit both. We can try taking a class if you're really interested. But even if you're reading the translations or the scriptures daily, Vak Shuddhi hota hai, Mana Shuddhi hota hai, Sanskrit is already imbibed in us. It will just come out. That's all. Naturally. Naturally it will come out. तो हम लोग को क्या है? शुद्धि के ऊपर फोकस करना है. So you keep focusing on the Shuddhi. So what to do is daily pick any scripture. It could be Gita, whatever you like. It really doesn't matter. Even Patanjali Sutras. That's why I told you. सब लोग अभी जितने सूत्र दिए उतने पढ़ो. 3 मिनट लगेगा बस सुबह उठ के. So just go through those sutras, read them once. कभी दोपहर में लगा, read them once. Keep reading those. All the 10 qualities will, enter our system naturally. What we feel is कैसे होगा? होता है, because believe me, I've never read or understood or मेरे को संस्कृत बिल्कुल भी नहीं आता था. Even when my kids used to study, they had one subject in school. I didn't know it. I used to love listening to it, but मेरे को आता नहीं था, बिल्कुल भी नहीं आता था. But now it's somehow very easy. I don't know how. So that means that over a period of time, when we do a lot of Vaka Shuddhi and Mana Shuddhi, naturally whatever is inside will start coming out. We all have Sanskrit within us. It is there. It's impossible not to have that language. It's already imbibed in us. So in system and years and lives ago, maybe, I don't know how much. But easy hone lagega, apne aap aa jayega. But we have to do scriptural studies. Anything. तो इवन ये जो 10 सूत्र है 15 सूत्र जितने भी सूत्र है इसको भी रोज एक बार पढ़ लो. It's very simple. So when you read that daily, just read. No need for any song or any tune. Just read it. Naturally, you will see that it has come in you. So then you will be able to recite them also in whichever tune you want. It will naturally happen over a period of time. So this is it. And self-study of scriptures, yes, we need. हम लोग scriptures को बहुत ज़्यादा expound नहीं करना चाहिए. We should not get into that because we won't know. We won't understand it. When we don't understand, we interpret it wrongly. So then we think, अच्छा ये होगा, ये होगा. That's it. And we interpret it wrongly and put it wrongly in our life. That's where we need a master. So you can read it, but don't try to interpret too much or put it in your life thinking ये बोला था ना यही करना है. पूछ लो, ask somebody who knows and then go on the path. But reading by itself is not a problem. Read it, keep reading it. Okay. I think most of you have Gita and even the Sutras are available. I think rose pick one or two maximum and usko keep a time, keep a system. कि सुबह उठते ही, yeah, after taking bath, you know, or maybe before sleeping at night. So sit down and go through that. So anybody who has any Devi chants also, like whether it's Lalita or Khadgamala Stotra, yeah, you know, any stotra, I think Radhika will be doing some of the Devi stotras, right? So ये सब जो है, we should be before sleeping कुछ कर लिया, you know, that will bring Vaka Shuddhi to a large extent. So whoever knows whatever, कुछ नहीं आता है, या देवी सर्वभूतेषु, वो वाला पढ़ते जाओ, you know, Shraddha Rupena Sanskita. That's as simple as that. So anyway, Navratri is coming, so we'll be doing all that. So you'll also do together. So we'll all do together and actually create that Shuddhi in us. So ऐसा लगता है ये करने से क्या होगा? शुद्धि होगा. शुद्धि करने से आपके अंदर जो बीज है वो स्प्राउट होगा. And you will know who you are. And your flowering will happen. Till then, I don't know, yaar, what's my specialty? I don't know what's my specialty because I'm not allowing the muck to go. I have to burn it up. When I burn everything up, the seed will come out and start sprouting. So we'll allow the seed to flower. Okay, so that happens in Tapasya and Swadhyaya. Yeah, repetition of mantra, any mantra, that also helps. If you're not able to do the scriptural reading, mantra chanting is helpful. कोई भी मंत्र करो, ओम चैंटिंग करो, कुछ नहीं आ रहा है, चलो ओम चैंटिंग करो. कितना, बहुत सारा बार करो. Like somebody was telling me, give me a small mantra, मेरे को 108 करना है. मतलब 2 अक्षर वाला. मैं बोला ऐसा कुछ नहीं तो ओम करो, नहीं तो ओम नमः शिवाय तो कम से कम करो. So then it's like, see, now is the time to do Mahamrityunjaya mantra. After this, you should be doing the Devi mantras. So what the seasons are coming accordingly. So har mahina kuch na kuch. So keep doing the mantra chanting. It helps a lot, believe me. And if possible, after reading whatever you have read in the scriptures, समझ में नहीं आया, suppose, ऐसे ही उसको लेते हुए contemplation में बैठ जाओ. Suppose I read 5 shlokas ka meaning, translation, I keep it and then I just sit with it. Don't try to interpret. Let it enter your system. So then contemplate on it slowly. Kya tha? Acha ye tha, acha ye tha, acha ye. So then contemplate. Now what you hear, that also you have to contemplate. That is Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. So Shravan karna hai, uska Manan karna hai. हम बाकी सब चीज का मनन करते रहते हैं दिन भर. इसको क्या बोलूं, उसको क्या बोलूं, इसने क्या बोला, उसने क्या बोला, वो सब छोड़ दो. जो सुन रहे हैं ना वाणी, उसका मनन. और उसके बाद उसी का निधिध्यासन means it will just be, you know, reflected in your life naturally. So this was Swadhyaya. What Swadhyaya does is it makes us more contented. पूरा ही contentment आ जाता है. And who is a contented person? A contented person is one who is not functioning on desires. उसका desire उठ के नहीं आ रहा है बार बार. It's not, you know, constantly troubling the person. So where will the desires go for everybody? If I have taken birth in a physical body, it's because there was a desire. Without a desire, body भी नहीं मिलेगा. तो body मिला है तो desire आया. उसके साथ बहुत कुछ और साथ में packages have come in. But the contented person is not paying attention to the desire. वो ऐसे आ रहा है, उसको बोले swipe delete, swipe delete हो रहा है उसके. जैसे हम लोग extra mails को delete करते हैं Yahoo में से. Swipe right delete, खत्म. Just don't pay attention to those desires. They are simply wanting attention. Just don't look at them. तू क्यों आया बाजू? Just put them off. Don't entangle into a desire. Then you will be content. Only then you will be content. And what happens is once we are contented, now we become like children, very innocent, very light. You won't feel heaviness. You know, एक जड़ता नहीं होगा शरीर में. अभी we are faced with lot of rajas and tamas. A person who is very rajasic, जो बहुत काम कर रहा है, दिन भर काम कर रहा है, वो suddenly तमस में गिर जाएगा, थक जाएंगे उन लोग. इसके लिए काम करते वक्त सत्व में काम करो. Bring the sattvic balance in you when you're working. If you're working in rajas, then naturally fatak se you'll fall asleep. You will be very tired, very, very tired. So rajas se tamas बहुत जल्दी गिर सकते हैं. Person who is working after 59, 60 या 58, 60 जब भी रिटायर हो जाते हैं, उन लोग का हालत हो जाता है. क्या करूं ऐसा हो जाता है. क्या करूं मीन्स इतना कर रहे थे कि अभी पता ही नहीं क्या करना है. This is, I find it very strange. So like a person who resigns from their job earlier, उन लोग को तो टेंशन नहीं होता है क्या करूं. मेरी मम्मी ने मेरे को, she resigned earlier because once her daughter's married, she was free. She said, okay, now I'll resign and I'll just relax. She never asked me, मैं क्या करूं. We shouldn't be in a state, मैं क्या करूं, करेगी नहीं तो मैं पागल हो जाएगी. This is where there was too much rajas in us. Work in sattva. Today, if you're absolutely free, you should know what you should do with your time. That's the state where we need to reach. We should never be so involved and so much in rajas that we forgot कि अगर आज full day free मिला तो मैं क्या करूं. If you get a full day free, what are you going to do? No mobile, no internet. क्या करोगे? सब लोग सोचो बैठ के, please, because it's very, very important. You can't connect to anybody. Somebody may be there in the house maximum, लेकिन कितनी देर आपकी बातें सुनेंगे, बोर हो जाएंगे. So you're like technically alone, suppose. Now you have books and all. You can read a lot. You can chant. You can pray. You can clean your house. You can do a lot of things. But it's quite a clean house. Now what you will do? Everything is cooked and kept in front of you. You have a robot which is going to do everything for you. अभी क्या करोगे? सब करने वाला है robot. खाना पकाएगा, हाथ में देगा, हाथ भी धो के देगा तुम्हारा, फिर क्या करोगे? Think what you will do if you have a robot like this. If you have a robot like this, what are you going to do? Very, very important. Please think and keep, because the way the world is moving, we don't know इतना क्या है, कुछ इंटेलिजेंस है, वो सब आते रहते हैं आजकल. We don't know कौन कहाँ पे एक सॉफ्टवेयर सब कुछ कर देगा अपने लिए. फिर हम लोग क्या करेंगे, ये सोचना है. So अभी से सोच के रखो. Especially the youngsters, because one day machine will be doing all works. You'll just click one button, go to the office, click one button, it will do all your files and all the works and even calling and everything. Then what you will do with your time? Think now only. Food is served, taken care of, everything is taken care of. What are you going to do? Think, all of you, and write it and keep somewhere. Okay. So now once we are totally contented, once we are in Shaucha, there was this Swadhyayad Ishta Devata Samprayogaha. That was the sutra. So by the study of the self, all the scriptures, the consciousness, the self basically is united with the Ishta Devata. So Swadhyay karne se Ishta Devata ke sath Samprayogaha. So you are merged with your favorite deity, divine, गुरु, उसके साथ एक हो जाते हैं. क्या करने से? सेल्फ स्टडी करने से, स्क्रिप्चरल स्टडी करने से. So this was Swadhyaya. Okay, so we took up, we are left with Ishvara Pranidhana for next session, and we will take a Pratipaksha Bhavana and we'll go through the sutras. We'll learn the sutras word by word. Okay, so that's for Sunday, and that will be the last session. See you all on Sunday. Bye.